Mason, really nice bounce back performance from you this week. Was there anything maybe that you changed specifically, or just a different day, a different outing?
It's different every time you get out there. Stuff's not the same. It's not as sharp or it's sharper or whatnot. I think we just did a really good job of sticking to the plan. Felt like we executed well. He called a great game back there, and the defense played really well behind me.
You still had the three walks today, but it felt like you were getting like ahead of counts more, I guess. And how did the control feel? I mean, how much is that kind of a focus for you on every start?
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing. The stuff's going to be the stuff, but it really is depending on how you can fill the zone and where you can locate pitches. And so obviously ended up being okay, but obviously there's something I can work on going into next week.
Wehiwa, just first off, the back home runs yesterday. I'm wondering, have you ever been a part of three straight home runs? Just how good does it feel that top of the lineup, you, Kendall, Payton, are starting to really kind of get hot here?
Yeah, never been a part of it. And yeah, we're just continuing to put the ball in play hard and just competing up there.
Even Hudson, I know what Gorilla Ball meant 25 years ago, but for this team right now, for Arkansas, what's this mean?
It's just about playing big, playing with confidence, going out there and just having big energy, So that's what we did the last 3 games, and so it was a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, it's just about, competing, winning at bats, and just hitting the ball hard.
For any of you who want to take this, Peyton Stovall's presence, not only in the lineup but in the field too. How much do you think that's changed the team over the last 7 games?
Yeah, I mean he's our team captain for a reason. He's been here 3 years. He has a lot of experience. He's an outstanding player, and a lot of guys look up to him. He's a great leader, and so when you have someone like that in the lineup, it gives you a lot of confidence to line it up against anyone.
You guys, I know y'all have been a part of this because this is the 7th straight year Arkansas has won their opening SEC series and 6 sweeps. I know Missouri's not LSU or whoever, but how big was it to sweep and get off to a good start? Maybe the two infielders could take that.
Yeah, I mean, we starting off good in SEC play. It's pretty good for our team. And we just got to go out there and just play every game hard.
Yeah, it's big. Conference is always tough. Coach says it all the time. It's 1 game of 30. You just got to take it day by day, game by game. 1 pitch at a time. And so anytime you can win an SEC game, it's great. So
what was the pitch on a home run? What were you looking for?
Oh, the double. Oh, it was it was 2 strikes, so I was just looking for something over the plate, trying to be a little later. And I think he threw a fastball away, so I just went with it.
And when you get some early, Mason, when you get some early support like that, how much does that help?
Yeah, it's huge. It keeps the momentum in your side, and the faster I can get them back in the dugout, the more the momentum stays on our side and builds. And so, when we have a big inning like that, my only job is to go out there and get us back in as fast as possible. So.
And all these strikeouts you guys, I guess you had 10 again today. You guys keep piling them up, and the starters keep dominating. Well, what's it been like being part of this rotation so far?
I mean, it's unbelievable. The 2 guys that are in front of me, I haven't really seen anything like it. I mean, you could compare it to Wake Forest last year, but there's still a lot of the year left. But at the same time, it's not like we're reinventing the wheel. We're just making pitches. The guys have good stuff. The same with the bullpen, which I think is completely undersung. Those guys have unbelievable stuff, and we just we keep executing to our best ability, and the catchers keep calling great games, and Zach Barr was scouting, like he was mentioned earlier, just does an unbelievable job and kind of helps us have that edge. And so all that going together just kind of helps launch us into, getting better and better as the season goes.
And maybe for Ben Wehiwa, Dave said he didn't talk to you all about being number 1, but I assume you guys knew you're ranked number 1 this by all the polls pretty much. What's it like being number 1, and just how do you think you guys handle that this weekend?
It feels the same as being, I don't know, unranked or whatever. We don't really pay attention to that. We just go out there and just play, competing, just having each other's back on the field. Yeah.
I think the best way to put it is play like you're unranked. It doesn't matter what you are, where you're at, where they put you. I think if you can play with that chip on your shoulder, no matter where they put you, it's going to be hard to beat us. So.
You got it on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you still got to play the game, right? I don't think the rankings really matter because at the end of the day, you got to play the games. I think we have, I don't know, 40 something games left, so being ranked number one doesn't really mean anything. So, we just want to win ball games. So,
Hudson, what was your perspective of Mason's performance, there behind the plate?
yeah, it's like another day for Mason. I've been catching him for 3 years now, and so he's always had great stuff. He has a lot of confidence up there, and he always fills up the zone. It's just kind of something you kind of expect to get that out of him. So I thought he did an awesome job today.
Listen, I think you only had like a couple hits this weekend, but you really hit the ball hard consistently. I mean, how good was it, even if they're not hits or anything, but just to maybe feel that exit velo and see the ball flying off the bat a little better?
Yeah, that's kind of what you're looking for. You're just looking for hard contact, making sure you're swinging at strikes and hitting the ball in the barrel. That's kind of what you base your success off of. I don't really try to base it off of whether I get a hit or not. So.
When even Dave was in here, like mentioning your defense, I guess what have you picked up, on the infield since you've been here, maybe gaining some experience across this homestand?
Just fielding the ball and just getting outs. It's pretty much what DBH tells me. Just keep it in front, field the ball, and throw it to the bag.
You mentioned the two of you playing together for so long. When you're in a new place like this, how much does that familiarity give you comfort?
Yeah, it does. I mean, especially whenever we're working together, it's if he shakes something, I know exactly what he wants the next pitch. It's almost like you don't even got to call a pitch because you know what he wants to throw.
If I shake, he's pretty much on the point every other time. So
yeah, so it's
It's
like
nice.
if he shakes, I'm like, all right, well that means he wants to throw this. So it's good having a guy like that you just know. And if he's missing in a certain spot, you know how to dial him back in. So.
And then, you're behind the plate for two of these games against Missouri. They came in with some, or at least some of their hitters came in with some pretty good hitting stats, and you shut them down all weekend. What was the key to that, maybe versus what they've done previously?
Yeah, all of our guys have really good stuff. I don't think our approach as a defense and as a pitching staff really changes much. I think we're gonna do what we do best, and that's fill up the zone, throw strikes, keep them off balance, and all three guys, all the starters, and all the guys out of the pen did that. So.
Yeah, David mentioned this, y'all didn't commit an error all weekend. How big is that just to, make the plays? I mean, you guys made some plays that maybe could have been hits, but how big is it just to make the plays,
Oh, it's pretty big for pitching, getting them outs and just saving their arms, especially. But yeah, it's pretty big.
And then I add one more. As far as Missouri, I mean, did you get a feel that they were just getting deflated? This third game, I think they didn't score for 25 innings. Did you get any sense of that, or?
I mean, it's still a good team.
yeah.
They still thought they have good at bats. They're all good players. They're in the SEC for a reason. But I think we kept the foot on the gas, the best we could. And they got a swing off on Fisher. But, other than that, I think the guys did a great job this weekend, really trying to, stack innings and pitches on top of each other and at bats like with the hitters. And so I think we did a pretty good job of, like I said, getting after it and, continuing to fight the whole weekend.
You talked about Payton's, defense, coming back. I think he's played second for them in his fourth game, maybe, and he's been back for some, but he's been hitting pretty good the whole time. What have y'all thought about it? Even though he's a great hitter, the fact he's come back, and really picked up right away? How impressive is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. He's been a great hitter his whole life. I think we all know that. We know he's gonna hit, so it's just good seeing him back out there.
Mason, you mentioned a little bit about the bullpen. So what are you seeing from your guys after you get out of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've mentioned this a couple of times. The whole pitching staff does a really good job of winning the race to 2 strikes, which puts the hitters on their heels. And like I said, the guys' stuff is unbelievable. We got a couple guys throwing upper 90s, touching 100. We got a bunch of other guys with just really good stuff coming out of the pen. And if you hand the ball, when the ball gets handed to them, that they're going to go out there and do their job. And you just keep passing the stick basically. So it's really nice to have that behind you, not really have the stress of trying to do it all by yourself and whatnot. I have to go 8 today or else we won't have whatever. But I can go 4 and we would have still had as many guys as we had in the pen. And so it's really nice to have that behind us.
Yes, appreciate it.